So let me take a second to introduce our very, very special guest, Buncor. Buncor is a friend of the channel. Buncor is an attorney. And you know what? I'll actually just let them do their own introduction. Whenever you're ready, Buncor, you can hop into the stage. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show.
So, hi everybody. I'm your local chaos agent, for one, and chat menace. Let's get something out of the way right up front. I'm speaking today in a completely personal capacity, and my views do not represent those of the ACLU, the NLG, DSA, or otherwise. Any organization or company.
Although they probably will represent most of my views. Just to add in.
Fair. I know I just had to...
Fair. You are a lawyer. In fact, that's the topic of today. We're going to be talking about what parts of the law are still relevant to you, and what's in fact, I want to hear it from you. What is the state of the law today? But start off with first, just like give a picture of what your job was like in the before times of 2024, just so we can get a comparison.
Absolutely. I'll give a little bit about my background overall. I'm a public interest litigator. I've been in the field for 15 years at this point, primarily representing detainees and working towards prison reform.
I remember when those were possible.
Back when I still believed that there was any hope in the United States of America to have a functioning judiciary.
That is quite a claim. Now, I agree with you that there isn't one. But
I mean, I could go on all day about filing habeas petitions under 28 USC 2241, but I won't.
What is 28 USC 2241? Just for like reference, I don't know the names of the laws off the bat. So what would that one be, for example?
Oh, that's power to grant writ. It is the most granular kind of explanation I could give, and something I noticed the left does a lot of is get so far into the details without ever actually approaching the point of the argument, in my opinion.
Want to give an example?
Oh, for one, the infighting that we see all the time, everywhere, the dogpiling for minor things, sometimes major things. It's deserved often. The minor ones, though, are consuming us from the inside. If I were to ever use the enemy's rhetoric, that is the enemy within.
You know, I do agree entirely with that. I mean, this has been something that I've been railing about for a while, and it is, I mean, it's the same thing. It's not paying attention to the actual risk. It's not having your priorities straight, and it is actively working against the interests of the people on the ground fighting. It is reactionary, in fact. The thing is, that's one of the biggest issues that I find with the left, is we are also a group that is filled with reactionaries. It's just, it only kind of tends to come out when they feel personally attacked. When
we do suffer the exact same human nature as the right in that regard.
Well, see, I want to push back that that's human nature, because I think that humans are nothing but innately social. I think the instant, like, reaction to any kind of even constructive, mild criticism is I'm not reactionary, you're reaction. Exactly. In fact, like one of I mean, just a couple weeks ago, I experienced something like this when I said I didn't want to make it illegal for two idiots to fight each other in an octagon. Like, I don't care. I don't like it, but I'm not in favor of legislating how you can live your life. I'm not called a psychopath for that. And that's a incredibly minor aspect because it gets so much worse. In fact, like, a lot of, I spoke about this week, a lot of the stuff that I see coming out of the left, directed at the left, is killing people. It really is. Nothing demoralizes me that the right does. The left demoralizes me because I'm fighting with you, but you're pointing back. What are you doing? Turn around. Like, the fight's this way. Why are you looking back there?
That is something I have regular and constant experience with. Friendly fire is not uncommon.
I'm pretty sure everyone in this chat can see it. The friendly fire is not just like online, it's offline as well. It is whether you're in the content creator space, whether you are active in like a physical organization. I hear this from people regularly. Like, people DM me talking about like various instances where they're out at a protest even, and someone gets mad at them for something that they didn't do or say exactly correct. I've been screeching about how it enrages me when I say something that it's not wrong, but it's not perfectly technically correct, that I get like 3 people like, actually, no, it doesn't matter. You're ruining the point of the message. Like, part of this is because I think there's this perception that Twitch, YouTube, like, this is direct action, and this is not. This is not direct action. This is organizing for direct action. The actual, like, action comes outside of this, in my opinion.
I wouldn't even say that this is organizing. This is entertainment at most. Radicalization pipeline, maybe. But
not everyone is meant to wake up? No, that ain't true. Sorry. If you don't want to wake up, that sucks for you, but you're meant to. Sorry, I was responding to a chatter there because I did not want to let that sit.
No, I agree entirely. That's the thing.
Well, you know what?
I believe
let's
they were
jump
quoting.
In to show some of these reasons. Maybe, yeah, that was a quote. But, like, let's show why you can't, stay asleep. That this affects everybody. It doesn't matter if you're...
They are coming for you.
Period. Like, specifically you.
Full stop.
If you are in this chat, if you have watched me, if you have joined any...
You are already on the list.
In fact, here, I can show you, just from today, in a Senate hearing, them pretty much saying just that. Hold on just a second, let me pull this up. Sorry to cut you off, Buncore. Feel free to jump in at any point, like I can... whatever it is. Now, how do I get both of us on here? Cool, and let's throw this up.
Latino, we absolutely are meant to be woke.
Executive Board of Domestic Terrorist Organization, Antifa. That's our primary concern right now.
Our primary concern is Antifa.
Right, that's what President Trump did. What did the FBI say?
We share the same view. When you look at the data right now, you look at the domestic terrorist threat that we're facing. Right now, what I see from my position is that's the most immediate violent threat that we're facing on the domestic side.
Jesus.
So where is the Antifa headquarters?
Just easily lying.
What we're doing right now with the organization.
Where in the United States does Antifa exist? If it's a terrorist organization and you've identified it as number one.
We are building out the infrastructure, right?
Ding, 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 ding.
Correct.
We are building out the infrastructure right now. The
And I would
infrastructure
just
to
like to be
identify.
clear that obviously we understand this, but the thing is, we need to stop joking about the fact that Antifa is a domestic terror threat. That is a capital offense. Maximum sentence is the death penalty.
You are right. We do need to stop with the jokes. Like, even I've been guilty of making those jokes before.
And
but, like,
who they are defining as Antifa, religious groups, LGBTQ, any activist,
anyone who falls
prison
under this
reform
list,
advocates for one, civil litigators, anyone and everyone, because it is a order that is so elastic. It
we're
is
trying to fake
nothing
it, bro.
more
Bear with us. No.
than.
Listen. Sorry. Go on.
I'm so sorry.
No, not you.
And-
you don't have to apologize.
It is nothing more than an excuse to. Are you okay?
Yeah, no. Look, I'm
Okay.
waiting for you to finish. Like, it's
Oh
an
no, I'm
excuse
so
to
sorry. Oh, it's
assault you, really.
just an excuse to detain any and all opposition without question. I mean, all the way down the line. Any
Think about
other
who falls into the
interpretation,
list on NSPM 7.
non-Christians,
Anyone
one-
who's not currently
and
actively
also,
sucking Donald Trump
you
off.
could be Christian, but not falling into evangelicalism, you're on the list.
Yes, specifically, I made a point of this. Remember a little while ago when there was that church shooting where that dude went and killed like 3 children in that church. Both
And this is
the
the
shooter and the church are considered terrorists under NSPM 7.
We really need to understand the point and what that means. They will kill you, and it will be legal. They will kill you. You will die.
Well,
That is
on
the end
that,
result.
I do actually have a video that I want to show of just how much that they are willing to do and how much they can get away with. And now, I am going to warn you guys, this one's... I mean, I'm not going to show anything graphic, obviously. It is bad, though. So, let's just jump in. So this is actually just this week, 5 days ago, Vancouver Police Department. This was in the United States, obviously. Base video, starting off with, because I have a
Correct,
closer...
Latino. Yes, the majority of the country are terrorists according to the criteria.
Ice.
Yep. This was the point of 9/11.
You
Also true.
ice.
Literally, Homeland Security was built for this purpose after 9/11, specifically for it. Now, if you're unaware of what's happening here, this was a case where ICE made a man kneel on the ground and then slowly drove over his legs in their armored SUV. I want you to think about that for a second. Now, let's
I'm
just listen to, like, I can't... What?
I just want to be clear. The next clip that I believe you're about to pull up, I have personally witnessed people who work with ICE laugh.
In fact,
Just
I have
remember,
one to show you on that as
I
well.
promise.
I'm going to show you
Smiling,
laughing.
laughing.
So,
Monstrous.
this man's name was Jose Paniagua Calderon. Not was, is. He's still alive. I don't know if the GoFundMe's still up. Again, this is going to be graphic, at least sound-wise. You're not going to see anything. This is what they're allowed to do to you.
This
Do you understand what it
is
is
what
to
they've
make
gotten
somebody
permission
kneel?
to do.
Yeah. In fact, Stephen Miller specifically said you're unleashed. You can do whatever you want. You got no accountability. Do you know what it means to run over somebody kneeling all over their, like, legs with your fucking armored SUV? one more time, just because I really need... This scream won't leave my mind, by the way. I heard this a couple days ago, and I keep hearing it. By the way, this was a U.S. citizen. A citizen, mind you. An actual, honest to God, a U.S. citizen. Is there an investigation? It made the news. Yes, likely. None of these people are going to face any consequences.
Correct. There is an active investigation at the moment. I forget what state it's with. Washington State at the moment.
Yes.
However, federally, the FBI, no, they're not looking into it whatsoever.
Well, I mean...
Because this is the point. Why would you investigate? The point. That is what they want.
Exactly. Yeah, thanks to, like, all the centrist grandparents watching World War II special.
Like, not laws. They hear that, and they scream with glee type of shit. It is anti-human.
ICE is a terrorist organization. I'm going to show two clips that are going to show this. First off, this is why none of them are going to face any consequences.
I see the guns and badges in this room. You are unleashed. The handcuffs that you're carrying, they're not on you anymore. They're on the criminals. And whatever you need to get it done, we're going to get it done. I see the guns and badges in this room.
Anything you want. Now, here is... This is a cop, mind you. But, if this is a cop, think about, how much worse it is. Just give it a listen. So this was, a cop after running over and killing a 26-year-old.
You guys remember the Seattle cop that was seen laughing after his colleague fatally struck a grad student while he was speeding in his patrol car? If not, let me refresh your memory.
I don't think she was thrown 40 feet either. I think she went up on the hood, hit the windshield, then when he hit the brakes, flew off the car. But she is dead.
Gotta laugh.
No, it's a regular person. Yeah, just write a check.
Just write a check.
Just $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
She had limited value. If you've watched Succession, this is no real person involved. They don't consider you a person. You don't have value to them. The only value you have to them is entertainment when they kill you. While they yell, turn the volume down as they shoot you.
The officer who made those comments was Daniel Otterer, and he was responding to the scene where Janavi Kandula was hit and pronounced deceased just moments ago, and he was seen laughing about it and saying she had limited value, and he wasn't speaking to just anyone. He was speaking to the union president, Mike Solon. And let me remind you, the officer...
What we have on video.
Yeah, that's...
Remind yourself.
We don't see the really bad. This is what manages to make it out. Mm-hmm. Most of what's happening, you're never going to see. You don't see the people disappearing out of detention centers. We only are noticing that, like, recently, but it's been ongoing. I did a whole thing about, like, Neuralink. How much more is there that you don't see? How much?
They've been disappearing attorneys, white, black, all of us, currently, right now, not tomorrow, now.
Again, anti-Americanism, anti-capitalism, anti-evangelical Christianity, support for the overthrow of the United States government, extremism on migration, aka immigrants should have rights, extremism is on race, aka white people are not superior, extremism is on gender, trans people have a right to exist, hostility towards those who hold traditional American views on family. Gay people should have a right to get married, have kids, exist. Hostility towards those who hold traditional American views on religion. Literally just twice. Hostility towards those who hold traditional American views on morality, aka you believe in empathy. You're a terrorist. Every single
not laws,
one.
It was not that pig. It is an overall sentiment.
It's true. And here's the worst part, right? This is NSPM 7, which again, I'm going to link into the chat if you haven't read it. But you do realize we still don't know what NSPM 6 is. In fact, here are the 7 that have come out. 6 is still classified. Mind you, again, this is not an executive order. These can be classified. These are already the case. This is the law. Pam Bondi has already instructed the DOJ to start making lists of people to arrest.
Presidential memorandums, fairly regularly are classified. That's not uncommon throughout our short history. However, of this list of 7, and this administration willing to put NSPM 7 out, what aren't they telling us? Let alone what that could mean for all of us.
Just think about that. 7 is the one that says like 85% of America are terrorists. What's the one that they're not telling you? And mate, you gotta stop apologizing. All of you need to stop apologizing for being human. Genuinely, this is, again, like built into us. This is part of that brainwashing that none of us are like exempt from, really.
My lid is showing.
Fair. I mean, you did believe in the law once upon a time.
I did. I'm a constitutional JD. I specialized in privacy law. I mean, I started doing other things, but...
Sorry. My bad.
No, it's okay.
What's so bad that they won't release it when they released the one that said, hey, by the way, everyone who's not outright a Nazi is a terrorist? Or, this guy is the one running the show. Remember, like even the national security strategy we talked about with Europe earlier. Who do you think wrote that? This guy. And J.D. Vance and the Heritage Foundation. But the guy calling the Democrat Party, who's a bunch of spineless cowards for the most part, a domestic extremist organization?
Democrat Party does not fight for, care about, or represent American citizens. It is an entity devoted exclusively to the defense of hardened criminals, gangbangers, and illegal alien killers and terrorists.
Mind you, most ICE agents are pretty much what he just described there. But, what do you think?
Every accusation is a confession.
Every time. I love that I still have yet to... I mean, I hate that I've still yet to be proven wrong on that. I wish I would be. Or, how about the one that says ICE officers have immunity, and even just talking about it is seditious conspiracy. This was about Pritzker. He also said this about Mamdani recently.
J.B. Pritzker could be arrested. Let's talk about your willingness and under what federal authority do you arrest a sitting governor? I understand the supremacy clause. I understand interference with a federal officer. Tell me how it works that he would make himself susceptible to being arrested.
Well, the answer I'm about to give doesn't only apply to Governor Pritzker. It applies to any state official, any local official, anybody who's operating in an official capacity who conspires or engages in activity that unlawfully impedes federal law enforcement.
Unlawfully apparently means whatever they said. That guy, not the law. Care to chime in on this, law expert? Is it illegal for you to, as the governor of a state, instruct the police to, let's say, I don't know, not work with ICE, for example, or, teaching people what rights they have to not open the door when ICE comes? Like, are any of these actually illegal?
It hasn't been tested in court yet, but yes.
It is.
Due to the designation as a domestic terror org.
I see, so it wasn't.
Correct.
Until,
And that also, again, alright, lawyers are really fucking annoying. There's always an it depends.
Valid.
And it really depends on what the Supreme Court decides on the definition of terrorist, which is coming up. Domestic terrorist is not an actual thing under our current.
Well, speaking of actually, we've also declared foreign terrorists. In fact, we've debanked several groups. We declared 2 Antifa groups in Greece, 1 in Germany, and 1 in Italy as foreign terrorist organizations. And even
they are
journalists.
actively in the process of changing the definition for domestic as well. That is in the pipeline, happening right this second. It will be law within the next 3 months.
Which means if you have money in a bank, you will no longer be able to access the money in that bank.
Correct. Banks are not allowed legally. Cannot.
Unless you're
cannot. Here, well, even they got hit.
I know. They got hit with a fine, but like still.
Well, they lost more than they made on that one. For once.
Yeah, like a bank got actually they actually lost money because they worked with a foreign terrorist organization. Where is Ruth Bader Ginsburg when most needed? Where is a lot of people when we need them? They will debank.
I am so mad at Ruth Bader Ginsburg. You have no idea.
I mean, I'd like to hear why if it's relevant, but I really need you to understand.
She was pressured to retire for nearly a decade before she...
Oh, yes, now I remember. Yeah, fuck that. Understand just how big of a risk this is to you personally. If you are in any leftist community, if you have ever written anything negative about the administration, they could block your access to your bank account. Like that.
In an instant.
And you will never get it.
What many people don't understand is the way our current surveillance system works. They don't need to come after you personally. You will get dragnetted with millions of other people. You are but nothing other than a statistic, a single number in databases of billions.
That AI is sorting through, mind you, considering since the, what is it, like the end of last month?
So I have heard this quite often, I'm just, I'm in a Discord, I don't really say anything, or it's just me and my friends texting back and forth on open communications using SMS rather than something
Oh god, yeah, don't ever
encrypted.
Send SMS texts anymore. Don't do that.
And yeah, luckily we're not lawyers is another one. That type of sentiment is a suicide notice.
It is. It really is. Guilty until you prove yourself innocent. Exactly. That's exactly what we're building right now. That is the system. And again, it applies to you no matter what you think it does. It doesn't matter if you were a triple Trump voter. It still applies to you. In fact, here, let me show just a little clip I wanted to show of what they will do to you, even if you're white. Like, it don't matter, even if you're white. Hold on. I accidentally closed the clip, so I have to open it up again, but here we go. First off, this is at a protest. That's just how they deal. Like, again, you think that that was legal before? That there wouldn't be any consequences? Like, there wouldn't be real consequences, but you weren't allowed to do that.
You punch it! You punch it! We never know! Punch me, man!
Or how about this one? You know? Well, Visora, you really are lucky that you are not in the United States, and I hope you don't have to come back here until all these people are tried in court. Unfortunately, that doesn't make me safe, Miss Blue Ocean. They can literally extradite me like this. Literally one person in my Discord can make a Fed post. All of us get arrested. and I get extradited for being a ringleader. Like, mind you,
They are
donations.
not going to be tried in court, and if they are, it will be nothing but a sham at this point.
Yep.
We we have reached the brink.
We have. We're at the point where last time we needed a world war to put a stop to this. We're already there. You do realize that, like, if you've ever donated to a leftist, you might get arrested for providing material support to a terrorist organization because those laws are retroactive. They consider what you did years ago.
Yeah.
Being white don't save you. Being someone's mother won't save you. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. I believe that entirely.
100%. This
Right
isn't
now?
a time to be afraid. This is a time to start taking action.
Like, they're gonna kill you either way. You might as well try and save yourself and everyone else first. But they are going to do it, one way or the other. We are marching towards victory or marching towards defeat, but there's only one direction to go. There is no turning back. I'm really not trying to be depressing to you guys either. I just really need you to understand just where we are.
I'm just
It is
trying
endgame
to be
shit.
honest,
I mean, I do want to say
because anything less than this is yourself lying to yourself. It's copium. This is what is happening and is coming.
Where are you taking it?
Where are you taking it? Where are you taking it? Where are you taking it? You think you're gonna get an answer?
That's what I'm looking for, Latino.
Righteous rage is appropriate right now.
Better word.
And this is what we're dealing with, right?
Fury.
While people on our side are attacking this too. Look at this. Like, you'll be behind the line. What do they do? What do they do on the other side? They just drag you over, you get dogpiled, you get attacked, and then you're gone. Meanwhile, you're on this side of the line, you're on the non-cop side of the line. They haven't done that yet, and you're getting shit from people on your side of the line at the same time.
I don't know about that, Boku. My entire existence is fueled on rage. And
Rage
none of it has
is
ever
a
been
reaction, but
reactionary.
I was gonna say, it's not necessarily
That's-
a reaction. Anger is the reaction. Rage is the final form of it that is, like, consumed. Like, it is not the reaction, it is the energy. It becomes its own force. It's fuel. What I say is, don't be sad. Get fucking angry, and then use that as fuel. No, but the semantics matter when we're talking about people who will tear gas 2-year-olds. Like, there is a difference between reacting to, like, your emotions and engaging with your emotions. Because rage requires you to...
Boku, what is your background? You don't have to give details. What is your background? You want to talk about semantics? That's supposed to be my entire deal.
Well, I mean, you are here. It is possible to talk about semantics if you are up for it. I just don't know how much it matters when this is where we are.
Doesn't.
Again, it doesn't matter. It's the problem. The focus is in the wrong space. You see this when it comes to content creators. People still, like, on our side, on the left, for example, jumping on the hate Hassan train when Laura Loomer and those types were like, oh, he's electrocuting his dog. First, Laura Loomer says something and you believe it?
Are you speaking about me? I think I'm pissing him off. That's another thing. I'm a she. I have nearly left the left at this point after having to
No, please keep going.
present.
Keep going. I was waiting for you to bring this up because we talked about this. this week.
I've had to spend the past 6 months living as a man, and the left, the right I can take. The left is the problem for me.
Well,
it is the entire conversation around detransitioning is murdering people.
To be,
I know
to be
people
clear here, like just let me
personally.
add in for a second because you didn't say it. You detransed specifically so that you could continue to fight and advocate for everybody.
Correct. I would have been murdered, quite literally.
You're
At
fine,
this
Bobo,
point,
don't worry.
you know, front lines, that is...
And
I'm already a target wearing an ACLU flak jacket. I don't need anymore. I get my ass beat. It is a special kind of hell.
I want you to remember that these are the same people that will shoot a priest in the eye with a pepper ball. What do you think they'll do to ACLU lawyers? Or what do you think they will do to trans people who,
or a trans ACLU lawyer.
Yeah, personally, I don't know what you look like, so I don't know how passable you might be, but let's pretend for a second that a trans person is non-passable. Do you not think that these people are going to target them more? Of course they are. So then explain to me how I could possibly come across anyone who claims to be a leftist who will point to someone like Buncor with personal sacrifice on the line of...
The only reason I did it was for personal sacrifice at that point, was to support others and try to move us forward, always.
And specifically, the attacks come from the left on this. It's disgusting to me. This kills people, by the way. Like, it literally kills people.
One of my childhood friends committed suicide, not because of what the rest of the world was saying, but specifically comments from, surprisingly enough, well, you shouldn't be surprised, but surprisingly enough, other trans people, more than anything.
And that's
coward,
reactionary.
Traitor.
Imagine calling somebody a coward for me. You guys understand that, like, trans people have, like, what's the number? It's like 67% suicide rate?
Correct.
And someone who then detransitions, increasing that risk, to fight for you, and then you call them a coward? I would literally cop an assault charge. If I was there in person. And that's not good, because then we're fighting ourselves again instead of the enemy. Why are we fighting ourselves and not the enemy?
This is to wrap back around to how I opened. That is a huge problem. We need to stop, because they will just kill us. And if not, we are going to do it ourselves.
They're already doing it.
Exactly.
We're already doing it.
In many cases.
We have...
I know this is heavy, guys, and I'm so thankful that all of you are here. I love y'all, comrades. But seriously, take a look, and if you see anybody, honestly, acting like this, you let them know what the reality of their actions are, because for the most part, they think they're making a one-off comment.
They think
aren't.
that it's themselves they're protecting. And first off, stop thinking about yourself. It's not me, it's we. It's us or none of it. Like, it's either us or
if you want to be a collectivist, be a collectivist.
Beyond that, I need you all to understand here that, like, it is not shameful. People say, like, I've literally had this conversation in my Twitch chat, and someone said, you know, death before detransition. You know what?
I
Sure,
saw
if
it
you
myself.
want to do that, I don't blame you. Why attack anyone else? But secondly, why in the hell would you just choose to die instead of fight for the, fight back? Like, if you're gonna die one way or the other, why not try? Why not fight? Why choose to give up preemptively? Out of fear. Out of a lack of energy. Out of a lack of hope? What the fuck does hope have to do with anything? You can't be brave unless you're afraid.
Dying with dignity.
That's not a
is the
thing.
most lib thing I've ever heard of.
You
It's
shit
the
yourself when
ultimate.
you die. No one dies with dignity. You shit yourself and you die alone. Everyone does. There is but one point in life, and it is to live it fully, to increase the standard of living for the people around you, to help people. I wonder if the Transcalpatine Buncor would
I'd say
be
they
Republicans?
would
No.
probably. There's a chance they would be conservative. There's a chance.
I mean, I've seen this with, leftists, like communists even, I've seen this with.
Yeah.
But to be fair, you never know
interesting.
online.
I've never really thought about it.
The thing is, it's not that these are an op. That's the hard part. Because, yes, my brain goes instantly oh yeah, we know that they have
Oh no,
infiltrators, right?
some of
What if
these
these
people are
operatives?
organizers, people who really do the work. There is absolutely, unequivocally, they are on the left.
And that's where it, hurts. That's what demoralizes me. It's when I see that. It's when I see that that will kill people. It does kill people. And then think about the same concept with people who say you should leave the United States. That was a talking point. Remember? At first, maybe not so much now that it's gotten bad enough, but first few months, when someone said leave the United States if you're at risk, they would call you a coward. They'd say, I'm going to stand and fight. I'm going to stay here and fight back. Okay, sure, you're allowed to do that. Why are you calling people who want to leave a coward? What the fuck are you talking about?
Just to be clear, I'm all for the partisans, but the people leaving, absolutely not. It is basic survival instinct at that point. You are a human being.
Mind you, we also would not
let alone
beat Germany in World War II.
the grander strategy of the situation. As Viz was saying, I'm so sorry about that. It is unbelievably dumb to think that staying in the United States is the right way to go. If you have to, stay. Otherwise, get out.
Unfortunately, you guys don't really see. You're not going... a civil war in the United States is not going to be the military coming after, there's not going to be red versus blue. There's not going to be two standing armies. It's going to be inter-community terrorism. If you look at the, demographics of major cities where most Americans live, it's 60-40 split ideologically. It will be your neighbors blowing up houses. It will be cyber attacks. It will be it will be a long-term conflict of that variety. It's not what you think it is.
It will be a slow, possibly 100-year burn. I mean, the Roman Empire took quite a long time.
But there's a reason for that one. It's because back then, everything happened by foot or horse. If you wanted to have a revolution, you had to walk there. If you wanted to overthrow the government, you had to walk there.
When it gets to that point today, months at most, prepare yourself.
Yeah. I mean, think about this, for example, right? After the Roman Empire, we had the Ottoman Empire, which collapsed in 70 years. Then we had the British Empire, which collapsed in 40 years. Then we had the Soviet Union, which collapsed in 11 years with a 900-day endgame. At this point, it could be 5 days for the entire United States to fully collapse. And we're not very far off. Economically, I mean...
We are on the brink.
I mean, I saw a post from some rich dipshit, but it was actually quite funny.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah,
who have
they
an
are
opinion.
funny sometimes too, and sometimes they're right. But the Federal Reserve Chair, Powell said today, specifically said the sentence. Hold on, let me read it right off the bat to you.
Every rich white dude with a microphone needs a podcast.
We gotta redistribute the microphones.
We gotta get licensing for the microphones. If your bank account is over a certain number, you can't stream.
Oh yeah, mind you, don't forget about the licensing issue that's gonna result in Warner Brothers selling everything to the Ellisons, not just Netflix, because Netflix can't operate television networks, and Trump has said specifically that you now have to buy it all at once because he doesn't want Netflix to get it. Let me see, hold on, found it now.
Blue Ocean has, if you look at chat.
The Fed chair specifically said the words, God damn, I should have saved this source. Here it is. Or not, whatever. Essentially, we're in stagflation. We're fucked. Literally, you could go to
are
any
you looking
source.
for the velocity of money chart? Or
No, I'm looking for the quote that someone literally... here we go. It's this. I found it. It's the funniest thing. Right... Here, I gotta open it up in a different window. How to stay stagflation without saying stagflation? Try something
Soviet
like
Union,
conditions in the labor market are cooling and inflation remains somewhat elevated. What did the Federal Reserve Chair say today? Conditions in the labor market are cooling and inflation remains somewhat elevated. Or how about the fact that foreclosures are up to some of the highest degrees, like going back even before 2008? How about the fact that your electricity bill keeps going up? Your mortgages are foreclosing at, I don't know, record levels now, I believe. It wasn't record levels just like a couple weeks ago, but it probably is now.
I don't know how old the chat is, but what is coming up is going to make 08 look like a dream.
Well, we've already surpassed layoffs for 08.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I fucking hate that I have to use Kalshi for this, but U.S. layoffs set to exceed 2008 financial crisis. We've already lost more than a million jobs this year. Hell, you don't have to listen to me say it. Listen to Fox News tell you how bad it is.
Obviously, that's ridiculous. But there are some key indicators that Donald Trump and his administration knows that this is going really badly. First, Susie Wiles having to go out there. The A+++ grade, obviously, that's ridiculous.
Do you know what it means to have Fox News calling out Trump?
His administration
knows
knows
he's full
that
of
this
shit
is going
on
really
the
badly.
economy?
First, Susie Wiles having to go out there and say he's going to get back on the campaign trail. That'll really animate the right. Well, guess what? It'll animate the left
true,
as well.
all of chat, timeless entities, as one myself.
I need to really make the point here that we can't comprehend how bad, I still firmly
Nobody
believe we're gonna
living
default on the debt.
today really understands, and even then, like, the Great Depression was, sure, global, but we were not as interconnected and reliant as we are today. The economy today
slavery, mind you.
is interdependent all around. When it falls, it's going to be something that humanity has never experienced. And that's something that a lot of people don't take into account, is we are dealing with something unprecedented.
The United States is a global empire. Every single part, every colony, like Australia,
I'm
for
happy
example.
to have met you too, Blue Ocean.
The UK, these countries are also going to have their economies crash. All of Europe is. We are actively working with people who want to, we're doing colonialism again, of course. Like, beyond just that, though. We are actively destroying this planet.
I just wanted to speak on my qualifications for any of this conversation. I am a former, so pre-being a good person, right out of law school, I worked for McKinsey Strategy Implementation Division.
Good point bringing that up, actually. Thank you for that, because I have points to make on this as well.
I switched sides, but I do have a depth of knowledge.
Hold on, let me pull up a thing on McKinsey, because a lot of chat doesn't know what McKinsey is.
Fair.
And they should, because it is, no, most people don't know what it is. And it is actually one of the most evil companies that it's ever existed. McKinsey
Mercenaries.
Mercenaries, yes. These are, these people have had a hand in pretty much every horrible thing that's happened in modern history. I mean, like, going
almost
through...
everything. Literally everything.
I mean, like 2008 and before, Enron. You're like, just controversies.
Name
just
a
the controversies.
horrific event. They probably had something to do with it.
Enron, 2008, Valiant, rolling the opioid epidemic. McKinsey advised opiate makers on how to turbocharge sales of OxyContin. Rikers Island jail complex.
No, I did not, Blue Ocean. They promised me that I would be resolving complex problems and changing the world. Quite literally, that is a quote.
South African apartheid. French President
The moment I was asked to do anything of that sort, I left, and not on the best terms.
Let me put it to you this way. You know how people don't believe in climate change? McKinsey's responsible for that.
Yeah.
That's why people don't believe in climate change. It's these people. It's these people who are responsible for Citizens United. It's these people who are responsible for like a whole slew of things, really. But I mean, like, you know what they're doing currently? You know who is currently contracting McKinsey services? It's the Chinese Communist Party. Do you know what they're consulting the Chinese Communist Party on? How to beat America in a war. This is an American company.
I wonder why.
I wonder why, yes. I wonder why Goldman Sachs came out and said the Chinese yuan is 20% undervalued this week, in fact. I wonder if maybe that relates to it.
Oh yeah, Latino. So, you know how Peter Thiel wants to build the torture nexus? McKinsey are the ones who figure out exactly how to do it.
Well, either them or Boston Consultancy Group, because
Fair,
at least like the new national security strategy had...
The Big Five, Deloitte, the Big Five consulting firms, anyway.
Deloitte? No, name them. I want to know.
I'm drawing a blank, and I don't know why.
Fair enough. The ones that really matter are BCG and
yeah, the big
McKinsey.
Three really are the most evil. Deloitte gets involved. They do the creative accounting for everybody. They are the ones who move the money.
Want to know how easy it is for them to fool you and lie to you? Do you want to know who is someone who still works with McKinsey that the left likes? It is
That's gonna bother
this
me.
fuck right here. This fuck works with McKinsey. And even I, at a point, kind of like them. This is the guy they want to, Buttigieg. They want to run a Kamala Harris Buttigieg ticket in 28. That's the internal talk from the Democrats.
Bain Capital and Booz Allen Hamilton. Anyway.
Booz Allen Hamilton. Yep, I forgot about them.
There's also Accenture, but they're not really considered in the top. But they are all turbo evil consultants.
So here's the other part of this that I really want to get to. As Boku said, this dude worked at some really bad places. Now, why is there a difference between Buncor, who also worked at McKinsey, and Pete Buttigieg? Well, Buncor left. Buncor actively works against them. Buncor gets death threats from them, and, well, you did, I'm sure, immediately after.
No, I said regularly.
Oh, regularly. I heard not really.
Never stopped.
Okay, there you go.
I've been going for over 15 years.
Speaking of, when did you flip? How long have you been on
So, I initially got involved with the Bernie run in 2012. I didn't leave McKinsey until 2013, though. So 2013 would be the end.
So you got radicalized to our side right around when, most of my generation got radicalized to our side. Pete's still proud of his CV. Yeah, probably.
Also,
Like,
to be
that's the
clear, I have been activated since 2001. However, I was an ANCAP, like an idiot, and thought that was the solution to the world's problems. Most ANCAPs, ideologically committed ones, are utopian thinkers. It is just the wrong solution.
Yeah, and then they end up as like the Nazis. That's the Teal types. That's the Yarvin types. But it's actually quite funny. You're the one
into
person
their minds
in the world, I think, that horseshoed themselves from ANCAP to ANCOM.
I really did, all the way.
And that's impressive in and of itself. But here's my issue. We have the same problem on the left with people who may have money. Like if you're someone with $20 million, there are leftists who say you should get thrown in the hole. I personally think if you have under 50, you're fine. If you have over 100, guaranteed. If you have over 50 and under 100, and you're willing to work with us, and you're willing to redistribute all of it by the end, then you're fine.
100
we
is
can
like
work
the
with
cutoff.
these people.
I swear, people change like immediately. It's like a magic number. I swear.
It's the flip in the switch, like right there. It produces mental illness, but we pretend that it's everybody. Do you understand what like $20 million is? It's a lot of money. Do you understand what it is in comparison to $1 billion? Do you know how many seconds, like how long of a span of time 1 million seconds is?
$20 million is achievable for a lot of people under, okay conditions. It is possible to get there. $1 billion? No. Unless you are actively harming people, there's really no way to get there. There's have to exploit people to get there. And I mean actively exploit, not the de facto exploitation of capitalism, but you have to put people into the suffering nexus to get to $1 billion.
Knowingly, willingly, enjoyingly, yeah. And like beyond that even, the people who have under 100 mil, but are still wealthy, hate the fucking people in charge. In fact, those are some of the biggest donors to not the Democrats, us, the left. These are people who have a brain. Like, the thing is, we need to understand historically, the working class is not good leadership for a revolution because they have resentment. They have anger. In fact, that's why you see the working class point at people who have like $5 million and then call them a fascist when 1 million seconds is 11 days and 1 billion seconds is 31 years.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand that gap? 11 days and 31 years. Pre-test investors? Well, like, you'll know. The thing is, you don't need to test them. You will know if they're on your side by virtue of their actions. But don't preemptively push them out. Don't push them out.
That is
like
something problematic. We need the money. We do.
We do.
We live under capital. I'm sorry, that sucks.
And you can acquire that money in a good way too. I've listed ways we can do this. Like, for example, you could fund the left through stealing the right's money legally. I call it stealing because I think it's just stealing in the stock market.
Here's a great example of something that I know a bit about. You could short defense contractors. If you are capable and you know, let's say you do have the expertise, short defense contractors, short oil companies. Just take it.
I mean, just look at what congressmen are buying and selling stock in.
Insurance companies, etc. It is actually very doable, like with public data as well, as somebody who may know something.
Literally, the only reason that I don't do this is because I don't have the funds to start
The
it up.
initial
I hate the stock market. I think it should be illegal.
Capital, like the initial capital investment, that is difficult, but achievable. Let's say you're a university grad, you're making 150 grand a year. This is something that you can. It is enough money to roll into more if you're willing to make the sacrifice for it.
I've also said before, like, even on the content space, why not create an LLC of your channel, and the channel's, like, growth is
ideologically, I want all capital defeated. There's no other way we're going to make that happen when we have trillion-dollar machines. We talk about propaganda on our side. We don't have propaganda. Period.
Well, the human sacrifices are the people who are sacrificing.
At most. Places like this space are starting to build it, and I love that. But ignoring capital is suicidal because they
want you to
have
think of it this way.
billions of dollars and endless messaging repeated. Even if people don't trust mainstream media, guess what? It's in the air. It's in the zeitgeist. You are subconsciously processing it.
Whether you like watch it or not, yeah. Like your brain doesn't actively block it out, mind you.
Like, have you ever had one of those moments where you realize, like, man, I must have learned that through osmosis? People say shit like that. Yeah.
I just want to touch on something right here, though. Let's say, for example, we want to redistribute wealth, right? Like, we want to redistribute the wealth. There's going to be two ways to do this. One's going to require violence. We don't want that. We may not get that choice, but we don't want that. The other is by having all capital feed into the actual goal of redistributing capital. So, like, those are the only two answers there is, really. And so, like, what you can do, for example, you could start
Latino,
this
that's a good
space
analysis, by the way.
LLC. And then let's say you have a chatter who wants to donate to you. Well, instead of donating to you, they could buy stock in this space LLC. That way, they are donating to you, but also they get to make money as long as the channel does well. Channel does well, that means the stock price does well. That means people who don't even watch the channel buy the stock because it makes them money, making all of us money. It is literally Robin Hooding by default.
You know, there's also EOCs, employee-owned companies. I don't know how this space is structured, but
like
there are many ways to go about this to effectively acquire the resources necessary. I know this is a hell of a tangent, but this is all stuff that I regularly deal with.
Media usually reflects
I live an interesting life, I'll say that much.
So take advantage of that. Latino Mifune. I think we're all living pretty interesting lives these days,
yeah,
but
this
goddamn
is true.
right you are.
Well, I just like being on lists.
Well, you know, as someone who looked at NSPM 7 and said, wait a minute, this is like a checklist? I've ticked every box, is a bit of a different, you know, feeling. Yeah, it's not a great feeling. But I have a video that I kind of wanted to take a look at, which we don't...
Blue Ocean. It probably isn't now, but the whole point of this is it's about to be.
Oh, we are all living through the most interesting time in human history. We are living through America's final stand. Every single empire collapse in history has followed the same recipe, and we are right before the end. We are in stage 3. We are at the end of stage 3. Stage 4 starts and it happens all at once. It'll happen, like one day you will wake up and you'll be like, what the fuck? Mind you, we're definitely helping that along. What did Trump say yesterday or 2 days ago about the new Fed chair that he wants? That it would be a litmus test whether they would immediately cut interest rates?
Yep.
we're just doing Turkey. 500% inflation.
Well, we're in a kleptocracy currently. Like, there is no doubt about it.
Of course. And, you know what's ironic is, so was Nazi Germany. It was a kleptocracy that was designed to siphon as much wealth from the people as possible up to the Führer's friends. And, in fact, funny enough, that's kind of what guaranteed that they would lose that war. But we're not making ourselves more powerful. We are turning America into a third world country actively. And by we, it's the right. We're not going to fight it, we'll acknowledge it, sure, but we're going to use it as background, a contrast to make happy things shine brighter? See, like, I disagree. Like, you need the dark in order to show the light, but you need to engage with the dark to feel the value of the light. You need both.
You need to understand both at the very least.
Flip the playbook. The strategies that they employed against us for a decade now will work perfectly against them. And here's an additional benefit. They had to lie through their teeth for all of it.
And to be clear,
we don't have
to do this in such a way that harms anyone on our side. I'm not talking about ending intersectionality. I'm not talking about... Those people are monsters. Fuck them. Speaking specifically on tactics.
Yes. The right wing, I don't consider to be worth... like, the ones that aren't going to come to, like, I don't know, try and speak with it, engage with us, come to our side, which is happening. That has happened before. Those ones, fine. Those are perfectly fine. The rest of those people I consider already dead. Those are husks of a former human being that is now being puppeted. Like, I genuinely, fully, wholeheartedly believe this. Capitalism has inherent end, that's why it's squirming so hard. See, if you think that this is squirming, then you're wrong. Capitalism's inherent end is this.
Fascism.
Exactly. Capitalism is eating itself and cocooning itself as it grows into fascism.
But this time they have a surveillance state that the Nazis couldn't imagine.
We are going to be far worse than the Nazis. This is squirming? Well, it's squirming for some. It's not squirming for the people at the very top. The very, very, very top. In fact, that's why centimillionaires are on our side. Because they're losing money.
The majority of them, yeah.
Yes, like, it's bad for them, too.
If not entirely on our side, they're at least, lived up thems. I'll take it. At the moment, I'll take it.
Not a Nazi is on my side. Yeah, a
right?
Non-fascist or non-Nazi, my side. For now. For now.
Oh, just to be clear, Chad, I did not preface this. I'm based out of Brooklyn, New York, so... if you live here and you're a lawyer, you just run into these people.
Based. And also represent New York. Conservatives is inherently antagonistic to the forward-moving process of civilization. Yes, I agree. It has never been correct to be a conservative. In all of human history, it has never been correct. It has always been about harming other people. It has always been about racism, sexism, control. It has always been about hatred. Every time. Every time.
At the end of the day. What was it Brian Kilmeade said?
The one, what was that, let's lethally inject all the homeless people? Yeah.
Yep. That's
what they fully, truly believe.
That's the catch.
See, we say every accusation is a confession, and that is true, but we have to add into that. Every confession is also a confession. Believe them when they confess something. When they confess, believe it. It's usually not on purpose. They're not particularly smart, though that is also by design. I believe that they want to do that with the population. I believe that they already are. I did my video on why I think we're doing illegal human experiments on ICE detainees for Neuralink. Democracy Now! Just put out a video today listing 2 of the same, detention centers that I specifically called out in relation to missing inmates, detainees.
So bad. We are missing thousands.
Thousands of people.
We don't know.
I've still not seen any women in an ICE facility, mind you. I've been asking for over a year.
Like, this is... You cannot be sitting inactive now. That's over. Just period.
Like, it is do or die for all of us right now. They're calling for crusades. They're talking about Nordicism. Trump's trying to get Austria, Hungary, Poland, and Italy to leave the EU. Sorry?
The new ad with the Crusader cross on the helmet.
Oh, yes, I do. I actually pull that one up. That's a good one. Yeah, this is our military now, guys. This is our military now.
Das Volt, baby.
That sure ain't an American flag. That's what Pete Hegseth has tattooed on his chest.
Quite literally. Holy war.
Literally, we are living under Al-Qaeda, American ISIS, under the Taliban. Literally, I wouldn't even go so far as to say we're living under the Taliban, because the Taliban wants immigrants to come to Afghanistan right now. Did you know about the Unite Just Do It slogans, connection to firing squads? I did not. The conservative...
I had some idea of that.
Described incels than normal people like us. Well, yes. And here's the other thing. We're still falling for it. Remember just this week, Piers Morgan making fun of Nick Fuentes for being a virgin instead of for being a Nazi with the last name Fuentes?
The window is continuing to shift. And we are looking at Holocaust 2, not, we gotta vote them out in 2028. Get the fuck out of here.
There is no election to vote them, first of all. No. Hold on. Sorry, I need to cut in here. I don't care if there's a free and fair election in 2028. I would literally rather a third Trump term than any Democrat, even AOC, getting back into office. You have no idea how bad that would be. How many people would just stop paying attention?
Yeah, we would end up right where we are now.
We would end up worse, because it would be quiet.
At least where we are
now. Least, yeah. At least. Maybe if it was AOC, we'd have a little bit of a longer timeline. It's not going to be AOC, though. It's not. It will be Pete Buttigieg. McKinsey Pete. I don't agree. I don't think so. That's okay. I think you'll see it as we continue on, though. Mind you, it's only getting worse in terms of the propaganda. We're seeing massive censorship. I mean, like, none of our stream numbers really get as much reach anymore. Nobody can see us. Meanwhile, like, the other side continually is getting more and more bold, using left-leaning talking points in an attempt to frame themselves as the middle ground, because they intend to start a nationalist socialist party. A nationalist party, maybe just the America Party. You know, the Republicans are cucked and the Democrats are evil, so vote for Nick Fuentes or Steve Bannon to make America great again. That's where we're headed. I said this over a year ago, and we are here. We're seeing this happening. We're at the tipping point. Cannot wait for the help of Michelle Obama and Monica Lewinsky. Donica Lewinsky is all you get. Sorry. Half the country doesn't pay attention now, or they're so misinformed by design that we can't have a third Trump term.
Anybody who thinks he's going to leave this time need not look any further than January 6, 2020. At that time, they had not manufactured enough consent for him to be dictator under unitary executive theory. They have now.
They absolutely have now.
They had 4 years to get ready.
The thing is, right? As much as we hate Donald Trump, I hate him the least out of the administration. He's literally the least evil person in the admin.
Oh yeah, I hope
he's still
forever.
evil.
Let's Palpatine him, actually.
I mean, yeah, genuinely. The thing is, I don't want him to die, and that might be a thing that they do to him, or he might just die of, I don't know, like his health problems, and that would be bad. That would be terrible for us, because they don't need approval. anymore. They don't care about it. Haven't you noticed? They have like zero emphasis that they place on public
Plenary
opinion.
authority rings in my skull every time.
Plenary authority, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Less evil or just less effective? It's both. It's both, Latino Mifune. Because
Trump is generally
not
a cynical
motivated.
narcissist. Exactly. He's not. He's not an ideologue.
Yeah, he doesn't believe anything strongly enough.
The true believers are the ones that will do the Holocaust.
Like Stephen Miller.
Correct.
See, Donald Trump wants but like two things. Applause and a golden statue. Donald Trump could have been a leftist if it gave him what he wanted. He wouldn't.
Yeah, we should have given him statues, not gonna lie.
I mean, maybe.
He was a New Yorker who had, he was.
That's the thing, yeah.
If we got there early enough, you never know.
He's a New York billionaire. He's a liberal.
Yeah.
He is not the type that would want to watch even a Somalian right now who he's going off on. He would not want to sit there and watch a Somalian get tortured. Stephen Miller would masturbate to it. That's the difference.
He probably
between...
does. Just allegedly, like as a
Look,
rumor. Hear me out.
You say allegedly, but I mean, look at Israel, where like I've shown videos, clips of people like, oh, I don't like going to the nightclub that doesn't show what the children in Gaza look like.
I have to say allegedly, okay?
Okay, yeah, you do. You do.
I mean, you
problem
should.
with Miller is that
but I have to.
He's a Jew. They will turn on him.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't think they even like know that, but like I don't think that it matters as long as he himself is anti-Jew. There were like Nazis in Germany back in the day.
That's the thing. The Nazis are not about the Jews. They're about power consolidation. Like
historically, there were
Jews are they were the scapegoat of the time. Jews specifically, yes, we do have generational Nazis that it is specifically the Jews that they hate. However, they are not a necessary component to be a Nazi or to be fascist. To carry out this project does not require the Jews.
Let me ask a question, for example. Laura Loomer is a Jewish Nazi, right? And she's now facing criticism for being Jewish because she's also pro-Israel. Consider if Laura Loomer was Jewish and anti-Israel, how much more, less, the same amount of hate do you think she would be getting? I think it would be considerably lower. I think that they would even frame her as the good Jew.
They often do.
They do. In fact, I can show you.
Oh, by the way, chat, just health check. Make sure you take your meds today. Drink water. I know I am a bit of a downer. That's kind of my job. But you are loved and you are valid.
And you should not have to apologize for being human. By the way, this is two Nazis speaking, just for the context, and Laura Loomer is also Jewish. Just take a look into this interaction.
Your hair and your eyes look so good. You're like beautiful.
Thank you.
You're like an Aryan degenerate goddess.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you. You're Aryan too.
I know, but I'm Jewish.
It's okay.
Because you're such a cutie.
Don't mess my hair. God damn it. Fix it.
I disagree.
Fix my hair.
I disagree completely.
Did you fix it?
I did. But like that picture you posted on Instagram recently when you got like reinstated on Facebook was so hot. Like seriously.
I appreciate it.
It's so good.
It's a good picture.
Your skin and the Nazis hate me.
It's fun.
The alt-right people want to put me in a gas chamber because they're obsessed with the Jews.
I think they're just memeing on you, but it's okay.
It's okay.
Right.
I don't care. I love it.
It'd be like that sometimes.
I know. They're just jealous because I have big tits and an Ashkenazi IQ.
Yeah. No, she's not trolling. She's drunk as fuck. But like, this is, how long ago was this? That's what I was going to say. This is pre-October 7th. Now, she gets more hatred because she's pro-Israel. If she was anti-Israel, I don't think she would. Is this a prank? No, this is what two Nazis look like in the wild.
This is caught on camera, unknowingly. This is just a candid moment.
Mm-hmm. That was her trying to pick up a date at a bar. Like she was trying to get home and get laid. Which I can't imagine ever.
It is not a prank, Boku.
Yeah, that's actually the case. That is real. Unfortunately, we are in the dumbest timeline. I'm not sure about this one, I'm really not, but that's my right. Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. I firmly believe you guys are going to see this, like, I mean, like, you can look it up. You guys can, like, if you don't believe this is real, by the way, I don't think you were saying that this isn't real. I think you were saying that, like, you didn't agree with me. But, like, Boku, if you really don't believe this, Google it. It is legit. Google it.
Yep, there was a big
Just
news
like
story
how
at the time.
Benny Johnson is gay, and apparently Charlie Kirk was too. You can Google that too. Milo Yiannopoulos is saying it. I mean, Peter Thiel is gay. Mind you, like, no, I'm talking about the hatred for others that white Christian nationalist fascists have. Well, yes, they do have that hatred.
Wait, can the Antichrist be gay?
Yes.
All right.
The distinction I'm making, Miss Blue Ocean, between the Christian nationalists and the Nazis is there is a distinction there. They are similar in most ways. The actual, honest-to-God Nazis would care quite a bit more, but most of the country is Christian nationalists, and they would only care if she flipped on Israel. I don't think the gay to them is as horrible as being Jewish, black, or brown. Oh, no,
I'm
absolutely.
trans. They would hang me from the... I mean, I disagree fundamentally, but continue.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
The Overton shift... So the window has been shifted on gay rights through a lot of effort. But you would have to... No way. They're just quiet about it now. That's it. That's the only thing that changed.
And that's assuming that, like, it stays the way that it is, because we live in a society that is easily programmable. Your brain is a meat computer. Your brain is meat, electricity running through it. It can be easily programmed and hacked, like, all the time. Literally every time you open the glowing rectangles of doom,
like,
you are being manipulated.
They have hate conferences.
True. I've watched some of them.
Dude, they absolutely do. They've just been quiet.
You can learn a lot from watching their hate conferences, unfortunately. At the very least, like, what they're doing, what they did. For example, like I say this oftentimes, it used to be harder outside of the United States to be a Nazi. And it's like in the UK, for example, they can say quite a bit more now than they could 10 years ago. Do you know how this occurred? They did exactly what I think the left needs to do. They created an international political insurgency movement.
I mean, he's got a weird thing on his forehead.
A decentralized one.
He's got all the telltale symptoms of just being the Antichrist, such as being an Antichrist enthusiast giving 5-hour talks on the Antichrist.
That is true. That is true. But, like, beyond just the Antichrist and his fucking, like, aims, we also have to think about the fact that, like, the entire global right-wing narrative, all of the ideology, like, everything that every right-winger in America, England, France, Germany, Australia believes comes from Russia. We are in a global conflict right now, and we're losing on every level. Beyond just that global conflict level, we are also in conflict with reality, because people can't engage with it until they're able to feel discomfort without running away. And that has been trained out of us through our engagement on social media. It is easy to turn it off. It is easy to look away. In fact, it's also easy to overload yourself by not looking away. It's only extremes. There's no middle ground. There's no gray, black or white. That's programming into you right now. For example, we can consider the black and white aspect that someone could put forward in relation to, it's a good topic to go with. Black and white, let's just say that Nazis are bad, Antifa only exists because fascism exists.
Well, I mean, the Germans on national television recently did a bit, about black and white. That's a perfect one.
You know what? That's a good one. Yeah, thank you for that. Let me pull that up. I showed this on my stream this week. This was literally airing on television in Germany, by the way.
Because the AFD is nearly certainly going to...
Unfortunately. There is a reason why Germany just got downgraded to the level of Hungary for civic freedoms. Is this the video? No, this is the screenshot.
Very quickly.
Where's the video? Yes, very quickly. Very quickly.
It was dramatic.
Sie würden durchkommen wahrscheinlich.
This is what they did on national television.
Sie würden durchkommen wahrscheinlich. Okay.
Ja.
Ne? Ja.
Ja, ich denke.
Der Mann hier neben Ihnen, Sie haben
This
sich
is
so
German.
gestellt, aber brutal. Ne?
Ich denke, ich würde nicht verstehen.
He asked him, how do you feel about this, by the way? How many times are we going to do this? Again, we are doing this to Germany. Germany does not want this. Most Germans don't want this, in fact. Most of Europe doesn't want this. Who's forcing it? We are.
Wie fühlt sich das an? Sie sagen...
We literally are threatening them. We are calling them enemies. We are threatening to interfere in their elections. Why? Is it to stop this?
Verstehen.
Sie würden durchkommen wahrscheinlich. Okay.
It's not to stop this.
Ja, ich denke.
Der Mann hier neben Ihnen, Sie haben sich so ein bisschen weggestellt, aber brutal.
The UK? Done. It's too late. I can't... It would take literal miracle after miracle for reform to lose in Germany, not in Germany, in the UK. Reform is the literal Russia party. There is pled guilty for Russian, influence party.
Direct influence, they are an 100%.
Nigel Farage has worked with Russia for years. You know who's in Russia today? An American congresswoman. Guess which one? Guess which one? As I pull her up. Fuck are you?
Oh no, Boku, don't worry. I'm just like that.
What does that mean?
Righteous fury.
Oh, look, it's Anna Polina Luna hanging out at the Russian embassy.
No, Boku, just so you know, right now, I would give you a hug.
Thank you, Miss Blue Ocean. How about the fact that Tucker said this today? Obviously, you shouldn't be shocked at Tucker saying this. This is the Russian op agent shill. I guess he didn't get enough of Putin making fun of him for 2 hours, but...
A couple of different countries you might throw out there if you were looking purely through the lens of what's good for the United States, an America first perspective. The most obvious, of course, would be Russia. Russia! Why? Because it's the biggest country in the world. It's the biggest landmass in the world. And it has enormous mineral deposits, energy deposits. It's got a lot of oil and gas and gold and everything else you need to run a society. And it also has a formidable military, by far the biggest on that continent, on the European continent, and huge manufacturing capacity. So, if you needed an ally to help you in a conflict...
What do you think is the goal? It's this. We're openly saying it. We're making trade deals with Russia. We have become the Axis powers. We're literally deploying Shahed 136s now into the Middle East. We joined the Shahed Club. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm actually going to let Buncor wrap it up. But I don't want you to feel doom after today. I want you to accept the reality that we live in. And then I want you to act as if you are building the reality that you want now.
That's the only way.
We should have deported Republicans to Russia before the election? True. All right, Buncor, all yours.
At the end of the day, it looks hopeless. It absolutely does. I have been with the DSA of all places since pre-AOC, pre-everybody. I'm a person who's very used to taking L's. It's a lifestyle choice. What we need from the community is solidarity, and action. If you are not already part of an org, reach out. There is something somewhere for all of you. If not the DSA, the PSL, and universally, I suggest, given the circumstances we are facing, join the SRA. It is a strictly non-political organization to help develop your self-defense skills just overall.
I've spoken about them before. They're a safe space.
Do so yesterday.
Yeah, there's people that are conservative that even join this that are allowed. You know, the ones that actually engage well. You can
The
learn
best time was yesterday, and
Second best time?
the only time is today.
Stay safe, everybody, and
have a good night. Love you.
Don't get sad. Get fucking mad, and then
That's
use
right.
that as fuel. Flip the script on them. Play the game in reverse. Flip the table against them. It's a rigged game, so take the rigged position.
Play
good night,
by the rules of war, not by the rules of dignity.
And by the way, we're not the ones who first said it was war. They did. Over and over and over again. They declared it. Have a good night.
Signing off.
Bye-bye.